this is Manin Ragu from Batam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Sela Sadakau from Vatukola. I only listen to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold Vilaka, I'm Vale and I'm working at Golden Grove Resort, and I love listening to Gold FM because it plays a really wide range of classic music.
I'm Saini Sakio from Kashmir Lotoka. I like Gold FM, but only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spade. This is FBC News. Tonight, a Parliament Privileges Committee investigates leak of confidential transcripts. Famous reality TV show The Survivor Series returns to Fiji. And close to 2,000 reports of offences by students in 2015. Speaker of Parliament Dr. Chico Luveni is concerned that confidential transcripts of the Business Committee meeting may have been leaked. Dr. Luveni confirms the matter has been referred to the Privileges Committee for investigation. Maggie Boyle with the story.
Speaker of Parliament Dr. Chico Luveni today holding an urgent meeting with the Secretary-General, Biniana Namosi-Malo, and their legal team.
We have received reports that transcripts of the meeting of the Standing Orders Committee has been released to the media and to people outside of Parliament. And this has been a concern to us, and this is why we're taking this issue up.
The issue of the possible leak of confidential documents came to the fore during the Public Accounts Committee's leadership change. Last week, verbatim transcriptions from the committee meetings were quoted.
And referring it to our Privileges Committee, and they will investigate whether there should be further investigation, whether there's been a breach of our standing orders procedures and rules and procedures or not.
Dr. Luveni says the matter is urgent and the Privileges Committee is expected to report back soon. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Almost 2,000 crimes were committed by secondary and primary school students last year. This was revealed by Education Minister Dr. Mahindra Reddy at the annual Principals Conference today. Sainiani Boyla has more.
Statistics on criminal activities by students have emerged in a substance abuse report.
200,000 student population, and every 5% are absent on a daily basis. It's equivalent to about 10,000 students being absent on a single day.
Teenagers were involved in incidents of drug abuse, sex-related offences, violence and cases of teenage pregnancy. Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says school heads must intervene and change children for good and not discourage them then to the extent that they leave school. Absenteeism is a problem.
From the 200,000 student population, and every 5% are absent on a daily basis. It's equivalent to about 10,000 students being absent on a single day.
Dr. Reddy has encouraged principals to lead by example and set a new standard of excellence in education, enabling young Fijians to develop their talents as much as possible. Sainiani Boyla, FBC News.
Cooperation on a broad range of issues were discussed between the Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama and his Indian counterpart Narendra Modi. The two leaders met in New Delhi during Bainimarama's stopover on his way to Turkey. The Prime Minister, who described the talks as warm and cordial, stressed the importance of Fiji being able to access funds to strengthen its ability to withstand future events like Tropical Cyclone Winston. He asked for India's support to gain access to the finances needed to build our resilience to extreme weather events and rising sea levels caused by climate change. Bainimarama also asked India for assistance to boost Fiji's solar energy program, as India is an acknowledged leader in solar technology. American reality television show The Survivor Series is returning to Fiji. Attorney General Ayasai Kayu made the announcement with producers of the hit TV show in Nandi today. Madhyam Balaitamana has more.
This is the second time that the producers of the hit US TV show have chosen Fiji as the location of the Survivor Series.
Someone was telling me about the islands here in the Mamanukas, and we always thought it would be too touristy. But when we heard when these guys came to LA and tried to convince me to come and have a look, and I thought, why not? So I came down, and it's not as populated as you'd imagine out there. You've done a really good job of keeping the resorts on the resort islands and keeping the nature to itself.
Attorney General Ayaz Syed Qayyum has commended Film Fiji for securing the multi-million-dollar Prime reality show.
Very good news for us. As you know, that the government has been very much focused on bringing in the film industry into Fiji, including television shows. And we are very, very glad that the Survivor producers have seen Fiji as a fit location.
The 33rd and 34th season of the show will see a production crew of over 700 people. This includes 300 locals.
We've rented a bunch of the islands off the Muttongali out in the Mamanukas. We try to keep away from the main tourist destinations so that we don't affect the tourism, because that always leads to tourism clashing with the film production kind of crews.
Producers say the next 2 seasons of the Survivor series will have a feel of the Fijian culture, its artifacts and its magnificent geographic location. Madhyam Bolaitamana, FBC News.
The Registrar of Political Parties has lifted the suspension of the One Fiji Party and the People's Democratic Party with immediate effect. Both parties have declared their assets, liabilities, as well as funds of office holders and registered officers of both parties, pursuant as per the Political Parties Decree 2013. Registrar Mohammed Saneem says both parties have remedied the breach and have been notified of the decision. They had both been suspended for 30 days for contravening the decree. Saneem says they were given 60 days from April 20th to remedy the breach or face deregistration as a political party. Coming up on FBC News, international broadcasters meet in Nandi. And volunteers saluted for hard work after TC Winston as we mark World Red Cross Day. Stay with us.
I'm Sarah, I'm from Tafwa, and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Freddy, I'm from Gamiatong. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Salah, I live in Asinu. Today FM rocks.
My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Wulamila, I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM, it rocks in Raki Raki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. More Fijians based here and overseas are applying for Fiji passports, which includes those who are applying for dual citizenship. As Akosita Tale reports, the Immigration Department has seen a surge in passport applications this year compared to the previous years.
More than 43,000 people were issued passport books last year, while 42,000 applied for passports in 2014, which is expected to be surpassed this year.
This year there's a lot of the seasonal workers program. There's a lot of people that are owning passports for the first time, and I can see that we'll surpass that 43,000 number, 43,000 figure. Even now, it's just on the fifth month of the year, we've already issued more than 14,000 books in the middle of the fifth year.
Vuniwanga says it's more likely that the numbers will grow from next month as they head towards the peak season of issuing passports.
With the project by government, the Ministry of Employment, you can see that there's a lot of people that come in to lodge applications for new passports just for that reason. Some straight from the village to Suva, they apply for a passport, they go through the certain tests, and in another week or so, they are off to Australia or New Zealand.
Vuniwanga says they have enough blank passports to sustain them until next year. Akosita Tale, FBC News.
The Asia Pacific Broadcast Union Council meeting in Nandi has been an opportune time for networking and exchanging ideas for Fiji's leading broadcasters. And the government is also calling on the powers that be to look more towards the Pacific in developing the medium in our part of the world. Madhyam Bolaitamana has more.
The Attorney General and Minister for Communications, Ayaz Syed Qayyum, addressing the great need to develop the broadcast sector that has been the catalyst in connecting the vast Pacific Oceans.
In the countries like Fiji, where we're made up of about 320 islands, of 110 of which are habited. So it is very critical to get the messaging out. It is very critical to have a medium of communication. And therefore broadcast is very, very important, whether in television, radio, and of course now you have through the internet.
Tapping into the resource and learning from the experience of the bigger nations represented at the Council is an area government hopes the ABU can assist in empowering the sector in Fiji and the region.
I hope that through your deliberations you'll also be able to focus on those areas in terms of bringing about assistance and how we can, of course, in the Pacific region learn from you and how you can impart that knowledge to us, and also the technological uptake.
The Council meeting on Denarau Island has also been an opportune time to forge new directions and strong bonds within the affiliation.
Of our meetings with the people who are here representing the different countries, we are on the verge, FBC is on the verge of signing an MOU with Prasar Bharati from India, which is the national broadcaster there. So there's lots of advantages to having these things, because, and most of all, it's networking. You're talking to people, you're relaying your situation to them, and hopefully we get some assistance.
Meanwhile, the ABU has announced it will be hosting its climate change conference in Fiji next year. Madhim Bolaitamana, FBC News.
Volunteers who worked tirelessly after Tropical Cyclone Winston are being celebrated as we mark World Red Cross Day. Fiji Red Cross Director General Felipe Nainoda says today should serve as a reminder for staff and volunteers to continue their good work.
These volunteers were some of the first to reach communities hit by Tropical Cyclone Winston. They personify the spirit of the World Red Cross Day theme, everywhere for everyone. Even the International Federation of the Red Cross has recognized that volunteers went above and beyond what is expected of them.
Fiji Red Cross mobilized the power of humanity during TC Winston. The branch network of the Fiji Red Cross, the volunteers, the staff and members have proved that Fiji Red Cross is everywhere for everyone in times of disaster and crisis.
Some of these volunteers spend days away from home, taking relief supplies to the furthest reaches of Fiji. While the world pays tribute to the sacrifices and selflessness of volunteers, their work in Fiji is far from over.
Because they've worked so hard for now 3 months, and we look to the future that they will continue to work throughout this 1 year where we move into recovery. Will require assistance, so don't forget those who are affected.
World Red Cross Day is an annual event celebration of the principles of the International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement. It pays tribute to volunteers for helping people in need. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Turning to world news, a major search is underway for the Egypt Air passenger jet disappeared over the Mediterranean. It vanished yesterday with 66 people on board as it flew into Egyptian airspace from Paris. Despite earlier reports, debris found wasn't from the missing plane. Sports is up next. Here's Rohit with the latest.
Good evening. In sports after the break, Fiji eyes London Sevens title, and road to goal gathers momentum. This and more after the break.
Sia tua ongonia saurara ondo wulwul tagi chunga na TV ni na market e tawa ondo tali tagana waronga na Bula FM number 2 na sia Bula bana viti na da ko plasio mataire ngon mai na bulu tabi uni au satu ko nanti ondo tali tai na warongo na Bula FM
Bula FM number 2 en seri.
The Fiji Sevens team has rounded off training in London with a scrumming session against Scotland. Despite the media spotlight, coach Ben Ryan expects Twickenham will bring out the best in the team. Pashnil Prasad reports.
It's all system go for the Fiji Sevens side as it waits for the London Sevens to get underway.
Last week of the last tournament of the year often springs up surprises, so we've got to make sure that we're conscious of everything we're doing, we're working hard and we're getting ready for the weekend. But it takes a little bit of shine off it if you don't actually win the final tournament. We won the first tournament and we want to win the last one. It's as simple as that.
Our national team has been constant on the Sevens World Series standings. Not only that, Fiji has set a good record, finishing top in its pool in the last 9 tournaments.
There's no reason if we get our ducks in a row and play well and reset from Paris that we'll have a good outing.
Ryan has kept tabs on Fiji's opponent and believes they'll all come out firing in the last tournament of the season.
Very tough pool. Australia looks like they've probably made 6 changes with all the new boys that have come into the hotel. I've seen at least 4 changes from England with Marcus Watson, Dan Bibby, Phil Burgess, and looks like Tom Mitchell has also turned up.
This weekend, however, will be special as Fiji could claim their first back-to-back series title win in the World 7 Series. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
2 players who are part of the extended Vodafone Fiji 7 squad have full faith that the national team will retain the World Series title when the London tournament ends on Monday. Emosi Mulevoro and Nemani Nangusa may have missed out the cut this time, but they have full faith in their team to do the job this weekend. Vashnil Prasad with the details.
Emosi Mulevoro and Nemani Nangusa have welcomed the news of the inclusion of NRL star Jared Hayne into the Fiji Sevens team.
I'm really happy, this first time to one of the high-profile players to come and play with us.
Very good news for the coaches to give him a chance to come and represent the country.
Experienced sporting administrator Vidya Lakan has also wished that
these things that are happening outside, I don't think he should, and I don't think he would be too bothered, because I mean he's a professional, he knows what he has to do, and he will just focus on that.
And for these players, despite not being part of the team in London, they will wait for the good news come Monday.
I've been talking with them and telling them that we'll be coming over to the airport to wait for them when they come and celebrate with them when they arrive. Yeah.
Thank you. I know they will give all their best, and I trust they will win the back-to-back the first time.
Meanwhile, the people of Fiji are gearing up for one of the most important tournaments in the World Series to date. The fans all know they are just 3 games away from celebrating a back-to-back series crown. Here is Vashnil Prasad again.
They do it good and better so that we can have a, feel proud of our country.
Fiji at the moment is leading in the World Series at 166 points, and I give it a shot that they will be the true winners.
Train well, don't eat too much, no grog, no smoke, keep them fit.
I think the boys should to play together. No playing individually.
I rate him highly because of the performance in the last Paris 7. So I hope they'll do much better with the inclusion of some of the other players like Jared Hayne.
We want to get back the London 7, like next in the last to work together. Thank you.
The South African Sevens team will throw their all to win its second Sevens World Series title in London. South Africa is pooled with Samoa, USA and Canada in London. The New Zealand Sevens team has also made a few changes to the squad for the tournament. New Zealand faces Russia, Argentina and Brazil in the pool. Meanwhile, you can watch the tournament live on FBC TV. The Road to Gold in Rio campaign got a major boost today with McDonald's restaurant coming in to join in the drive. Customers at the restaurant can now support the Sevens boys by purchasing a paper rugby ball worth $1 each. The paper rugby balls will then be placed on the walls of each of their outlets.
Sure, Ben and the boys will be grateful for this support, and we wish them all the very best for this weekend, and we look forward to receiving the donation from McDonald's, as you can see, with the little mini rugby balls that you see in front of you.
The world-renowned restaurant is aiming to sell 2,000 rugby balls at each of their outlets in Fiji. And finally, the National Higher Muslim Inter-District Championships kicked off in Suva today. 12 teams are battling it out for the prize money of $2,000. Minister for Women Rosie Akbar, while opening the tournament today, told the players that football should be the winner at the end of the competition.
This event is indeed a strong commitment, as mentioned by the CEO, Mr. Kumar, towards the development of sports. And I think that's the very reason we have gathered here. And also mentioned that we all hold soccer dear to our hearts. As a very ardent soccer fan myself, I'm sure that we will witness performances of highest quality during the course of this tournament.
Palalevu are the defending champions of the meet. And that's it from the sports desk today. It's back to Jackie for business.
The organisation Certified Practicing Accountants Australia Fiji launched its University and School Accounting Awards at the Grand Pacific Hotel in Suva last night. It is an education and professional experience program with very high standards, focusing on leadership, strategy, ethics and governance. The awards will be given annually to the top graduating students in accounting from all 3 universities and the top 5 accounting students from Year 13.
The CPA program builds leadership, strategy, higher level analysis, judgment, decision making and reporting skills. The purpose of the award is to inspire and motivate talented students to greater heights of academic excellence.
It was a day of mixed weather across the nation, most areas receiving some early morning cloudy periods followed by sunny afternoon. There were a few scattered showers. Looking at the temperatures, the warmest spot in the nation was Lambasa, which reached 33 today. All other centres at high temperatures of around 29 or 30. Expect a cool night everywhere with temperatures dropping into the low 20s. Tomorrow should be pretty much a repeat of today. Early cloudiness, scattered showers and a lot of sunshine. The further outlook is for Sunday, more good weather, so it's promised to be a nice weekend. And recapping the main stories for tonight. Parliament Privileges Committee investigates leak of confidential transcripts. Famous reality TV show The Survivor series returns to Fiji, and close to 2,000 reports of offences by students in 2015. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Moving on to our poll question, this week we are asking: should Jared Hayne be included in the 7th team for the Olympics? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spade. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Nimot Manda.
आपको खरगंगा के रंजिला का नमस्कार। रेडियो फिजी की सुंदर सुंदर यादों का खजाना एकदम बचपन के दिन याद करा देते हैं।
हमारा नाम जोनी नायडू है, हम रहता है मलोलो में और हम टैक्सी ड्राइवर है। हम सब टाइम अपन टैक्सी में रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता प्रोग्राम।
हम सिंगाटोका के हैं, हमारा नाम है रोजी, हम लोग यहाँ पे रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनते हैं।
राम राम, मैं रेमस प्रसाद बोलता हूँ, तब वहाँ में कोई रहता हूँ। मैं जब भी सुना रेडियो फिजी 2 ही सुनता हूँ।
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।